Yo, yo, yo. What's the dealio, y'all? What is the dealio? It's Sunday, man, so you already know what time it is. You already know what time it is, y'all. So if y'all just tuning in, man, say what's up. Say what's up. Say what's up in the comments. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. Make sure we got a mic check too. Make sure you can hear me. If you could hear me, let me know in the comments as well. But say what's up. So we got a banger of a video today. We got the watch list. We got Sunday set up. Right? We got some pretty good setups, and we're gonna go over the market as well. So yeah, I'll give everybody a couple seconds. Not too long. I don't want to waste y'all time. All right. So what's up, Doria? How you doing? How you doing? QTZ, what's up? What's up? What's up? Best Beezy said I'm almost to the house. 5 minutes. Yeah, nah, for sure. Hey, shout out. He said you show up for me every day. I'm gonna show. Hey, salute, Best Beezy. Salute, salute. All right. So check it out, y'all. What's up, Wilbur? If y'all just tuning in, man, say what's up in the comments. Like this video as well, okay? Let's get this video, this live today, to 100 likes before we get off this video, all right? You already know I'm gonna give you guys the setups. We're gonna talk about the market. We're gonna talk about what's going on, all right? Virgin Islands, hey, what's up, Wilbert? How you doing? D. Harry from Maryland. Hey, shout out to Maryland, the whole DMV area, all right? So yeah, so let's slowly get into it, y'all. W. Johns 80, what's up? What's up, Pamela? How you feeling? If y'all just tuning in, man, say what's up in the comments and like this video. All right, like this video. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. Let's get this video to 100 likes before we get off. All right. So, what up, Pete Bryant? India, Youngstown, okay. Detroit, there we go. Shout out, man. Shout out to the Midwest. But yeah, y'all. Hey, so we got the market, right? So let's check this out real quick. Last week in the stock market was life-changing for a lot of people. All right? It was life-changing for a lot of people, y'all. Okay? This week is going to be no different. We got FOMC this week. And what does that mean? That means that the Fed is going to make their decision about interest rate cuts, okay? If the Fed cuts interest rates, one of a couple things can happen. We could have a very bullish sentiment, which is what everybody is expecting. But also, if the Fed doesn't do what people are expecting them to do, the market could potentially sell off, okay? The market could potentially sell off. So don't just be overzealous and, you know what I'm saying, just get in the calls. We got to let the Fed make their decision and tell everybody, all right? So this week, for me, is going to be a heavier day trading week. And I might even not take a trade on Tuesday. I don't know, right? Reason being is because there's going to be a lot of volatility, and the middle of the week is when people don't know what's going to happen until Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 11 a.m. Pacific, right? So I just want to put that on y'all radar, all right? I just want to put that on y'all radar. We got FOMC. We got an interest rate decision this week on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, all right? So that's what I'm gonna say. All right, y'all. DT, what up? Orlando, shout out to Orlando. North Carolina, what up? Timothy. North Carolina, what up? J. Pete. Misha, what up, Misha? What's up, Gigi? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. All right. So let's so last week, Oracle changed lives last week, and we also had Open went crazy on Thursday or Friday as well. So no, it was on Friday. So yeah, we have a lot of things that happened last week, and so let's get into what the SPY did, the IWM, and let's go start to look at the charts. And y'all already know I'm also going to go over what my watch list did last week as well. Okay. So what's up? Do something. How you doing? How you doing? Let's be say, yeah, I remember you talking about not trading on the last one. Came out and saved me. Yeah, no, for sure. No, real talk. Like leading up to data, the stock market likes to consolidate and not make any moves. So potentially this week, we may see like on Monday and Tuesday, we may get us some moves on Monday. Tuesday, it might just consolidate, and then Wednesday, it might consolidate until that morning, right? I mean, that afternoon. So you want to be strategic in your trading, all right? BG, what up? What up? What's up, CMC? How you feeling? Angie, what's up, Angie? Dallas, okay. What up, Key? Yeah. All right, so let's go over the watch list last week. Okay, we're gonna go over the watch list first. Now, I always like to make a point to let you guys know that this watch list is very powerful and it could change your life. All right, so let's go look at what the watch list did last week. Right? Let me pull it up real quick. Okay, so where we at? All right, right here, right? So last week I called some bangers. If you did not take advantage of this stuff, you just, I don't know what you're doing, right? I don't know what you're doing, right? So watch this. We're gonna go one by one, all right? If you was on a live last week, you know what we did last week, right? So let's go and let's do a recap real quick, all right? So look at this. All right, so last week we called Oscar, right? I said OSCR calls above 1945. I said you could take it to 2205 potentially, right? So let's go look and let's go see what happened on OSCR, right? If we go to Oscar right here, look at what it did, okay? Look at what it did. I call Oscar above 1945. It opened up there last week, and it went all the way up to $20.74. Okay, I said calls above 1945, and then it went all the way to 20.76. So you would have caught that. You would have made a nice move. All right, and that was on Monday, Tuesday. It went up there. So Monday and Tuesday is when it went up there. And then it gapped up here, rejected, and then it came down, right? So that's what Oscar did. Who was the next one? Robinhood, right? I call Robinhood. We had the S&P 500 inclusion, right? So let's go look at Hood real quick. Let's see what Robinhood did. All right, last week, I said calls above 109.80, right? And I also said we could retest the all-time high of 117. Okay, 117. Now let's look. This was last week. This was on Tuesday. And that was on, last week. Okay, so if we go, I said calls above 109.80, it gapped up to 110, and then blasted off all week and it went to 122. Okay, 122. Y'all see what I'm saying? So we 2 for 2 on the week. We are 2 for 2. All right, 2 for 2. If you would have took any of these trades so far, you would have banked big time. All right. The next one we had, it was PDD. All right. I said PDD. If we break above, what I said, calls above 126.59, right? Price target potentially 133, right? Now let's go see what PDD did. We go here. All right, so let's see what it did last week. Boom. So it came up to here at 125 and it went up to 127.91. All right. I still think that PDD has a bigger move, but it came up to 127.91. And if you go to on the daily for last week, this was on Monday. So it came down and then it came up and then it came down and then it went up on this day right here. So if you would have got in, let's say like right on this day right here or on this day, you could have cashed out on Thursday, right? Because it came up there. So PDD, it made a little bit of money. It didn't make a crazy move, but nonetheless, it made some bread, okay? And then I also gave a bonus inside of the Prosperity Collective right here. I told everybody, look out for Oracle, right? They have an earnings this week. Previous test of all-time highs at 261. And let's go to Oracle and let's see what they did, all right? We go to Oracle. It's one of my favorite stocks now as of lately. So look, this was on Tuesday last week. They was at 240, 241. They gapped up to 319, and then they ended up going crazy all the way to 345. All right, so that was a bonus one. I've been paying attention to Oracle for the past couple months, and I had a feeling that it was going to go up, and it went up way crazier than what I ever even imagined, right? But that was Oracle. That was a bonus one that we gave inside of the group right there. All right, so first and foremost, that was the watch list from last week. All right, if you guys did not take any of these watch list trades, or if you're not in the group, then it's like you missing out on like some pinpoint accuracy type plays, right? What up, Gerald? Ashley said if they didn't take advantage, then they left money on the table. Yeah, now we definitely ate, y'all. Like last week was a phenomenal, incredible week in a lot of ways, and there was trades that I didn't even catch, but the move went crazy, right? So it's a lot of opportunities in the market on an everyday basis. All right. So now let's go over the SPY and the IWM first. And then we're gonna get into watch lists and we're gonna get into setups. All right, y'all. If y'all watching this right now, do me a favor and just like this video. Right? If y'all tuning in and y'all haven't already, be sure to drop something in the comments. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. And like this video as well. All right. What up, BG? How you feeling? What up, Gerald? All right. So let's make sure we get this video to 100 likes before we end this video. All right, before we end this live. Okay, so we have so this week, like I said, we got FOMC. We got an interest rate decision coming up this week. So it's going to be a very interesting week right here. But let's go over to SPY and let's go look at what they did last week, and then let's go see what they doing this week. All right. What's up, Rose? What's up, Black Rose? How you feeling? Columbus, Ohio. Hey, what up, Captain Hemi? Hemi Torch. What up? All right. So let's look at these charts and let's look at the SPY and IWM. All right. And you guys already know I like to give you guys the levels of the support and of the resistance, right, to go into the week. So I'm gonna give you on all this whole watch list. I'm gonna give you guys the levels for each stock that I refer to. So if I talk about a stock, I'm gonna give you those levels. All right. So do I trade Tesla? I used to trade Tesla a lot, but there was a period in time where like their at the money contracts was like $1,200, and like I started trading stocks that had a cheaper contract premium, and I wasn't trading out the money at the time. So I haven't traded Tesla in a while, but I know they just broke out last week. They probably gonna maybe have like another day or two. They might touch 400, 415 potentially, but yeah, I haven't traded Tesla in a while, but I did miss out on their breakout. How do you get your watch list? So we're gonna go over the watch list every Sunday. We go over the watch list here, right? But if you want the watch list on a daily, right, like every single morning, join the Prosperity Collective. Click the link in the description, and for it's only $40 a month. You gonna live trade. You get the watch list. You get the access to the bots and all of that other stuff as well. All right. On October 1st, we are going to be going up on the price. So I highly encourage y'all to join now before we go up, because when we go up, we ain't never going to drop it. All right. Grand Rapids, what up, Benji? How you feeling, Benji? Tom joining the collective this week. Let's get it, bro. Let's go. We're going to get this bread. Every single day we get into the money in the stock market. All right. First time in the live, usually watch Monday morning. Oh, what's up, Jamie? Jamie O. What's up? What's up? All right. So look for trades that take a little bit more money. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. All right. So let's look at the SPY and IWM. All right. So first we're going to do the SPY, y'all. All right. So let's look at SPY. Okay. So for the SPY, I'm going to keep it very simple with the SPY. Right. This is on Friday. They made more all-time highs. And we have this level right here at 659.10. If we break above 659.10, just like how we broke above 658, we could go up. Let me turn on my pivot points real quick. Yeah. 668. No, that's too high. If we break above 659.10 right here, then we would be making new all-time highs, and so this is gonna be a no man's land right here. So we could come up, you know, maybe 650. I mean, yeah, like 650, no, 660. Anywhere up in here, we don't fully know, so I would be careful. But if we break past here, and it could go, you know, at least $1, and you can make some solid bread. So I would say if it gets above 659.10, calls above 659.10. All right. Calls above 659.10. And then right here, I want you guys to pay attention to right here, 656, 656.94. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say puts below 656.94. All right. So puts below 656.94 tomorrow. All right. Now, if we go to the weekly time frame, I want y'all to pay attention. On the week, we're at 647 all the way up to 659. So we got a $20 range right here. Okay. So we could stay inside of this range this week, potentially, right? But it depends on what the interest rate decision is. Okay. If we go bullish and we break above 659.10, like let's say we break past it and we get good news on Wednesday and we get above here, then we could go up to, you know, 665, 657, right? That's potentially where it could be going to. Now, I mean 665, 667, right? Now, if we end up getting some bad news, right, you want to pay attention to the level of 647. As long as we stay above 647 and we could hold this level right here, then we could still be going to the upside, right? This could just be a pullback. But if we start coming lower and then we get below 647.27, then we could be coming all the way down to like 635, right? So that's what you want to pay attention to. So like to day trade it tomorrow, okay, if it gets below 656.94, then you can get into puts. But on a bigger time frame, if it gets below 647, that's when you really can make some big money on puts. You can make money from here down to here, but this is a very big range right here. Okay, so potentially this week, the SPY could stay inside of this range right here, but we got to see, right? So for tomorrow, I want you guys to pay attention to the SPY, but these will be the levels for tomorrow. All right. Obviously, we haven't had a crazy pullback on the SPY yet. We had a red day here. We had 2 red days there. So this was a pullback from 648 down to 636, which is only $10. That's not a crazy drop. And then it held this structure right here, and then it bounced and it went to the upside. So I think that when it comes down to what's going on with the SPY, this does look like a reversal candle right here, but the SPY has been very resilient, and it's just been going up and up and up. And if we have good news come out, then the SPY could go higher, and this could not even be a reversal candle, right? So you want to pay attention to what's going on in the market, and you want to really understand that market sentiment. If you understand that market sentiment, and then you match that with these you match it with these candlesticks, that's what's going to help you. So I wouldn't just get into a short right here immediately. And the reason why I wouldn't get into a short yet is because I would want to see what's going to happen with the Fed. Now, if you want to day trade it and you want to scalp it and you want to be in and out in 5, 10, 15 minutes, that's different. But what I'm talking about is the actual direction of the stock. All right. So that's where we at with SPY right there. Okay. Let me know if that makes sense, y'all. All right. Let me know if that makes sense on the SPY. I just broke the SPY down and gave you guys the levels, the support and the resistance levels, right? I gave you guys the levels, and I gave you the outlook and the sentiment on what's going on with SPY, right? We zoomed out a little bit as well. I like to make sure that I'm very thorough with you guys when I'm doing these lives. So I just want to make sure that it's clicking and it's making sense for you guys, all right? So, what's up, trees? All right. So, the next one we're going to go over, is going to be IWM. All right. It's going to be IWM. It's another index fund that I like trading. Okay. If y'all are just tuning in, I want y'all to do me a favor and say what's up in the comments. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. And also be sure to like this video, and let's get this video to 100 likes before we end this live right here. Okay. We growing. Right. This YouTube channel is doing its thing. And also subscribe to the channel. All right. No matter how if you watching me on YouTube, on TV right now, man, get on your phone and type in my name, go to the channel and subscribe. All right. Subscribe so we could keep growing this channel. All right. Makes sense. Definitely one of my favorite teachers on this trading journey. Hey, salute Benji. I appreciate that, man. I try to make this stuff relatable, and I try to make it simple, because I don't like when people try to make this stuff sound way more complex than it gotta be. That's why I'm gonna bring it to you the most, simplistic way, so that we all could get it and understand, and we could all eat together, right? So that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. So salute, for real. Jonathan, he in Denver. Okay, shout out to Denver, man. I gotta come out to Denver. That's one place I haven't been. But yeah, let's go. Let's go to IWM now. All right. So now we got IWM, right? So let's look at this. On Wednesday, last week, it's a similar looking candle right here, okay? But watch this. So we got all-time highs on IWM right here at 245.09, okay? So I want you guys to pay attention to this 245.09 level right here. All right. Pay attention. I would say level on alert. Okay. And 245. All right. I want you guys to pay attention to that level right there. All right. So this level is very important. Okay. Now the next level I want you guys to pay attention to is going to be 240.85. Okay. So 240.85. So we gonna have 240.85. All right. This is going to be your weekly resistance. All right. That boom. All right. So follow me, y'all. All right. So your weekly resistance is 240.85. Now let's go to the daily. On the daily, we got 240.22. Okay, so on the daily, we got 240.22. We got 240.85. So honestly, I'm going to just keep it on the weekly level. All right, yeah. So I would say if we get above 240.85, enter in the calls. Okay. If we close on the daily above 240.85, then I would enter in the calls. And then we got two levels that we got to pay attention to. All right. We got to pay attention to 242.60 and then at 245, right? So 242.60 right here, 242.65. $242.65. All right, this is going to be a resistance level at 242.65. And then your ultimate level right here is going to be 245.09. All right, these are going to be your levels right here. So I want you to say calls above 240.85. All right. So calls above 240.85. And then if you're in the calls, you got a couple levels, right? 242.65 and then 245.09, right? If you want to be very granular, we could say a couple more levels like this 241.38 right here, right? But major levels, when I'm looking at the weekly time frame, then we got that right there, those levels right there. All right. I think that so on the weekly, IWM looks like it could be, this is indecisiveness right here, but I think that it could have slowed down a little bit, and then this week we could be going higher, and then we could reject here, or we could break through, create all-time highs, and then reject and then come down, right? So we're gonna have to pay attention and see this week, because we got like a big data event. I'm just gonna be patient, and I'm just gonna let the market, show its hand to me. I'm not gonna try to do too much. I'm gonna be real calm. I'm gonna be risk off, and I'm gonna be chilling this week. All right. So that's what we got with IWM. Let me know if that makes sense with IWM. All right. CMC said making sense and gonna save me dollars. Yeah. What up, Rich Forever? Yeah, that 3-2 rev strat. Yeah. I love a good 3-2. It's one of my favorite setups right there. All right. Also, y'all, I want to say none of this, like everything that I'm saying, it could go completely the opposite, right? Nothing that I say is financial advice. I'm just sharing with you what I've learned and what I'm seeing on the charts, okay? Be sure to do all y'all own due diligence as well, right? I'm a firm believer that anything that's true and that's real, it can stand the test of criticism or anything else. All right, so I want you guys to do your research, and I want you to compare it to what I'm saying so that you can see that what I'm saying is real. And I also want you to pay attention to the things that I say and the plays that I call and the things that I put on my watch list. I want you to go back to my old lives and look at the trades that I called, and then look at what they did that week as well. All right? Like, we're very efficient here. We're very efficient here. All right? So don't take any of these trades if they don't close above or below the levels that I outlined as well. All right? Don't take the trade before it breaks above that level. That's why I give you guys the levels. I ain't going to just be like, hey, go get into this and that's it. No, I'm telling you guys actual levels so that you could precisely be able to make money. Okay? So I wanted to say that. So we're going to get into the setups for the week as well. All right? So now I always do a review of the last week's watch list. It keeps me honest, and it also shows you guys that I ain't just saying some random stuff, right? The things that we're calling out here, they're making money and they're going in a direction so that you could trust the things that I'm saying, and I could be a trusted voice for you on your journey in the stock market. All right? That's what I want. I want you to see that the things that I'm saying are real and they're true, and they are beneficial for you to be able to listen and you can make this money in the stock market. All right? So TK, it's way too many lines on the chart. So I need to do what I'm doing because I understand what those lines mean to me. You get what I'm saying? Everybody has a different way of doing things, right? Banks are giving the go ahead and bullish and green crystal ball. Yeah, rate cuts. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, they're saying that there's a 90% chance of the rate cuts happening. So, but some people are also saying that things could be getting priced in. So, something to just keep in mind as well. All right. Said bullish all the way. I feel you, Matcha. All right. Yep, exactly, Best B. All right, so let's go to the watch list for this week. All right. Let's go to the watch list for this week. Okay, so boom. I got some nice setups for the week. So first one we got, yeah. So check this out, right? So my first setup that we're gonna go with this week is going to be Applied Digital, right? APLD, okay? This is what we calling. I got calls above 1871. Let's go to their charts. And let's go look at APLD's charts. Okay. So APLD right here. Now I want you guys, this is on a weekly, right? Look at this right here. This is an insane candle, and there is the sellers are not present at all. Okay. If you go to the daily time frame from last week, last Monday to here, look what it did. It just went crazy. Right? For 4 days straight, APLD blasted off, right? So we got this level right here at 1871. If we can get above 1871, then enter in the calls. Now, what it could do is, and I make sure you guys are listening clearly, right? What could happen is it could break above right here, and then it could reject somewhere close, and then come down to maybe like, let's just say like 1787 it could come down to, and then it could go back higher, right? That is a potential thing that could happen. So I want to make sure that I'm preparing you guys for the possibilities of what could happen in the market. Y'all get what I'm saying? So we have this level at 1871 right here. Okay? What I've seen happen a lot of times is a stock on like a Monday, it'll go up and it'll reject, and then you'll still be in a trade. It'll come down and pull back, and then look what happens. It'll go back higher, right? So I want you guys to wait for the pullbacks on your entries, okay? Wait for the pullbacks on your entries. Just because a stock pulled back does not mean it's not going to go to the actual target. Okay? So we got calls above 1871 on APLD, Applied Digital. All right? If you guys are tuning in right now, do me a favor and like this video. Let's get this video to 100 likes, all right? I don't know anybody every single Sunday that's giving you certified levels for you to go make money tomorrow in the stock market, right? We put out videos every single day. We have not missed since we started putting out daily videos, all right? So do me a favor, let me know where y'all are tuning in from, and like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel, all right? There's a reason why you are here, right? You ain't here just because I'm entertaining you, right? We giving you real life changing information that's gonna make you money in the stock market. We got people commenting on the videos saying they made 18,000 last week off of the watch list. There's people making real money off of this stuff, all right? So do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, all right? So that was Applied Digital, all right, APLD. That is a I feel like it's a simple setup, simple trade. We got a 3-bar. Right after 3, we should see continuation. It may pull back first, and then it'll probably most likely, go up higher. So that's what I'm looking at on APLD. All right. We have another setup. I really like this setup right here. Okay. I really like this setup right here. Next, we got this stock right here, Roblox. Okay, I want y'all to look at this setup right here. I said I'm looking for it to retrace. They had all-time highs at 150. Okay, so let's go to Roblox. Right, the ticker symbol is RBLX. Let's go to Roblox right here. SBUX. Where we at? Oh, shoot. 1 second, y'all. There we go. My bad, my light went out. Roblox. Where you at? Here we go. All right, so let's go to the weekly time frame real quick. All right. This is the weekly time frame. All right, on the weekly. We got a bull flag right here, right? So we got this move up, and this is all the way from April. So from April to now, they've been on a crazy run. All right, they was at $56, and now they're all the way at 132. Okay, so let's look what happened. They came up here, and then look, they started consolidating. Right, came up, started consolidating, but look what they did. They came up here all the way to 150. Okay, if we look at the daily time frame, let's look at the daily real quick. Look at the daily time frame and look at this. It had came up here, so it was right here. It gapped up. They had earnings. They did great, and then they came back down, and then they filled this gap, right? And then they started consolidating, gap down, bounced up, came up. But they've been going in between this little bull flag right here, this little flag area, right? So they've been going up and down from 112 to 136, right? From 112 to 136 is where they've been going. So they was just down here in August at 113, and now they're right here, okay? So what they're gonna do is they're on this bull flag. They're either going to pull back, bounce, and then come out. And if they break above right here, if we break above this level and we get above 136.27, right? If we get above 136.27, then we gonna blast off, and we could be coming to 141, right? 141.78, and then we got this 150 level right here, okay? But they've been inside of this range right here, okay? So they was right here. This was their highest at 134.87. They came up a little bit higher at 136.04, right? Now on the daily time frame, this does look like a 212 bearish. It could come down, but even if it comes down, I'm waiting for it to break above here, and when it breaks above here, I'm all in. I'm gonna load it up, and we're gonna let that thing blast off, okay? And then it's going to create a whole nother trend, right? So if we do this, we're going to create a measured move real quick. All right. Measured move right here. All right. And now we go here and we say, okay, Roblox could be going to $210. Okay. Roblox could be going to $210. All right. That's potentially what could be happening with Roblox right here. We got a pole right here, a great move to the upside, and then it started consolidating right here. It gapped up, came up, and then what happened? It rejected, came right back down into this range right here. Now it came back down to 113, came up right here. Now look, once we get above this level right here, this 136.27, we get above there, we could be going to $210 over the next 3 to 4 months. All right. So that's what I'm seeing on Roblox. We got a bull flag off the weekly time frame. Look at that weekly time frame. Pole, flag, breakout. All right. This is what could be going on right here. On a daily time frame, we got the pole, we got the flag, and we got the breakout right there. Okay. So that's what we got with Roblox. All right, let me know if that makes sense. Okay. We just talked about the other setup that I had, the first setup. Okay. And the first setup was Applied Digital. And now we got Roblox. Okay. Applied Digital, calls above 1871. And then on Roblox, we got calls above 136.27. For Roblox, we got that bull flag breakout off of the weekly time frame, breaking out of all-time highs. A bull flag represents it's about to break out even more. Okay, so at the very least, if it breaks out of this bull flag right here from that 136 level, we got 150. We got $150 price target. That's a $14 move on a $130 stock. That move right there in and of itself is over 1,000% move. It could change your life. All right. So don't be like, take this stuff serious, because these, if it gets above that level, we taking off. All right. We taking off. When a stock has been stuck inside of a range and you see it going up and down inside of a range for months, when it does break out of the range, it's going crazy. It's going to go crazy. Because that means that the buyers are stepping in and it is about to make the stock go ballistic, insane, parabolic. All right. So that's what we got for Roblox. All right. That's my second setup right there. Okay. If y'all are just tuning in with me, do me a favor, say what's up in the comments. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. Like this video. Let's get this video to 100 likes before we get off. All right. So we got Applied Digital, and then we got Roblox. Okay. The next stock, well, we also talked about the SPY, and we talked about IWM as well. And these are two stocks for the upside. Okay. So the next one we have is going to be, let me pull it up right here, right? This is another beauty. This is another beauty right here. Okay. Watch this. We got OKLO. All right. This is a nuclear energy company. All right. What do they have? They have another bull flag on the weekly and the daily. Okay. They got all-time highs as well. Okay. So watch this. Let's go to OKLO. OKLO. Where we at? Right here, right? So look at this, right? So this is like it's like the pole isn't super long, but we had a little breakout here, came down, came back up, and then OKLO has been in this little range as well, right? So it's been going from about $65 to $85. So we got a $20 range right here, okay? Now let's go to the weekly. On the weekly time frame, look what it just did. It came down here, and then what it do? It bounced, and then it just blasted off, right? So it moved from $70 all the way to $82 in one day. That's a $12 move, right? Let's go to the 30-minute time frame, okay? On the 30-minute time frame, on Thursday, look what it did. On Thursday, it went from here. It went from $73, came up, came back down, and then boom, it blasted off, right? And then it just kind of like chilled. And then it just kind of trended up the rest of the day. It went from 78 all the way to 83, right? Just trended up the rest of the day. Nothing crazy, but it just trended up. So in 2 days, it went up about $12. That was throughout the week right there, okay? So that's what we got with OKLO. So when we see this on the daily, I'm looking for a 322 and a breakout above right here, calls above 83.05, right? You could say calls above 82.90, but I'm willing to wait a little bit more, right here. So this is 83. We got 83.05. If you want to do 83.05, or you could also just wait until it breaks 83.61, right? Or you could wait until it breaks 83.05. If you want to scalp it, you could scalp it and ride it to 83.61 right here. It could reject there, or it could just keep going. And if it goes higher than here, right? If it goes higher than here, right here, man. And like you see where I said right here, breakout calls above, this would mean that it's breaking out of the bull flag right here at this $85.32 level, $85.39 level. So within this, we have a couple levels, because in order for us to break out of this bull flag right here, we have to break out at 85.40, 85.39, right? So if we get in right here, or we get in right here, we could ride it up to right here. It could reject here, or it could break out, and you could already be in position in the trade. You see what I'm saying? And this would just be a 3-2-2. That's all I would be looking for, is a 3-2 bullish 2 continuation. If we get above here, it's going to go crazy. It's going to create new all-time highs, and we could be going to about $92, $90 to $92. Okay? So this is what I'm seeing on OKLO right here. All right? So that is that's the 3 setups right there I have. Shout out to the UK. Shout out to London, right? J.O. in the building. He said, damn, 3-2-3. Yeah. 3-2 and then a 3-2, right? So the first 3-2 on OKLO is this 3 and then a 2 down, but then this is a 3 and then a 2 up, right? So I'm gonna be looking for a 3-2-2 right here. And if it's a 3-2-2, that means that it's gonna break up, bullish momentum gonna continue, and we could go higher. All right. So J.O. said, with Roblox, if a daily candle closes above 136.27 and the next daily candle still closes above 136, would it be right to say a 4-month swing trade anticipating? Yeah. Let's go back to Roblox real quick. Let's see. And this is stuff, J.O., you can ask it in the Discord too. All right. So yeah, if y'all are inside of the Prosperity Collective, don't be shy to ask questions inside of the actual, Discord, because I'll answer those questions in there too. All right. So let me pull them up real quick. It's Rocket Lab. And I have like 5 other like trades. I'm not gonna like put them on a watch list, but there's so many setups this week, it's crazy. Right? So I'm pulling up not Rocket Lab, Roblox right now. I'm looking for them. Roblox. Where you at? Where you at? Here we go. All right. So look at this, right? So yeah, so if we break here, right? If we break right here, and let's say it closes here, and then you see it like the next day, it closes again right there. That means it's holding that level. And then I think like 2 to 3 months out, you can anticipate at least 150. And if we break above 150, then we could be going to about, if I turn on my pivots real quick, we could be going to like, yeah, like 158, right? And then the next level would be 170, right? So yeah, so that's what I would say, right? Pivot is off. So if you want to like just day trade it, if it breaks above right here, 136, 27, 136, 18, you could take entry and you could ride it up like during the day. But if you want to swing trade it, then I definitely think that you know, take an entry right here, and then you can get out. This would be your first target right there at 150. It breaks above there, then it could be going, you know, even higher, right? So that's what I would say on Roblox. All right, that's what I would say on Roblox right there. Okay, he said, what if it rejects what we write it down to? If it rejects, because this is a bull flag, I'm honestly not looking for it to reject. But if we do, let me show you. All right. So let's say it comes here. What if it rejects right here? I would say 127, like this, 126, 17. Okay. 126. Okay. That's the weekly support right there. If you do it on a daily time frame, I would say 124. Yeah, I would say 124.69 would be the next level as well, right? So we got 126.17, and then we also have 124.94. So, but we also have this 9 EMA right here, which you could say it could be coming down to test, and that is 130.62. All right, so let's say 130.62 as well. So 130.62. Okay. So these would be the levels for Roblox if it does reject. All right. 130.62 to come test that 9 EMA right there. If it comes a little lower, then we got 126.17 is where I would say that it would be coming down to, and then it could bounce there, and then it could go higher, right? And like I said, it could come up a little bit, reject, come lower, and then it could go higher, right? So that's what I would say to that. I would just wait to see if it breaks or if it rejects. And if it breaks, then you already know what to do. All right, you already know what to do. Okay. Got them locked in. Think it's going back up. Yeah. We always got to have a backup plan with trading for sure. All right. If I plan on day trading for options, how long should I set my expiration out? If you plan on day trading, so if you're gonna day trade the SPY, QQQ, IWM, IBIT, um, XLE, any of the indexes, right? If you want to day trade any of the indexes, number one, you got to ask yourself, how long do I plan on being in this trade? For 10 minutes, for an hour, whatever. It also depends on your risk tolerance. If you're okay with 0 data expirations, then you could get 0 data expirations on the indexes. Or you could, if you want to day trade, you can just do that the next day's expiration. If you're trading a regular stock, then just get that week's expiration if you want to day trade, because you don't need to pay more money for next week's contracts. But if you want to swing trade and you plan on holding this trade for let's say longer than 2 days, then I would get the next week's contracts and beyond. So it really does depend on what's your strategy. Is this a day trade? Is this a swing trade? Is this a scalp trade? Am I trading an index? Am I trading a regular stock? Right? And what day of the week is it? Is it Monday? Is it Friday? Is it Wednesday? It just depends, right? Every single week, I am I like to strategically take my trades. That's where I'm at now. I used to just trade the same things every single day, but now different days I trade different things, and I'm also looking for my setups. I'm not married to an individual stock. I'm looking for my setups. That's a very important thing. I used to say, okay, I'm gonna fuck with this one stock every day of the week. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to pay attention to the price action off the daily time frames and the weekly time frames, and I'm going to base my decisions on what I'm going to trade based on the setups that I see off the daily and the weekly time frames. That's why every week I be mixing it up with the stocks that I'm looking at, because I'm trying to find stocks that have volume going into it based on the setups that I see, because the setups that I see are usually very explosive. When I see an explosive setup, I know that buying volume is going to come in to that stock and those contracts, and as long as it breaks that level, I will be able to make money, right? So I could day trade that stock. I could also swing trade that stock overnight or for 2 nights, right? So that's what I would say if you want to day trade, right? Let me know if that made sense. Okay. And what we'll do is, we got a couple minutes. Drop a couple stocks in the chat, and then we'll go over a couple stocks in the chat before we get off and we get up out of here. All right. So drop some stocks that y'all are looking at this week or that you want me to analyze real quick, and then we'll go through them and we'll go over them before we get up out of here, before we get off. Okay. So we went over the SPY, we went over the IWM, we went over last week's watch list, right? Y'all saw how I gave you guys these trades from last week, and they panned out. They did what they did. They made their money, okay? And then we went over the watch list. We got APLD, Applied Digital. We got Roblox, okay? And then we also got OKLO, all right? So went over those. And okay, so Tesla. Let's look at Tesla real quick. We got Tezzy. Where you at, Tesla? All right, look at Tesla. All right. So Tesla. So for Tesla, you see buyers are in full control right here. I think we could see Tesla 420, 420, 490, 490, 439. Okay. On the weekly. Yeah. The next level for Tesla is literally 420. 420.30. Okay, so if it breaks above 396, I think Tesla could be going to 420 with ease. Okay, so I would say resistance 420.37. Okay. 420.37. That's the resistance point. I don't see it slowing down. It's right here at this level, so it just closed above. So we may get a pullback, obviously, but I think that 420 is where Tesla could be coming to. It just broke out for the past 2 weeks. It came all the way from 327, and now it's at 396. So I definitely think that Tesla is going to be could be making some good money this week. All right. Doc D, she said Rocket Lab. Okay. It's crazy because I have Rocket Lab on my like that's another stock that I'm looking at. I was gonna put Rocket Lab on my watch list, but I'm not. Well, I didn't, right? But let's go over Rocket Lab because I really like them. I really like their setup. Okay, so let's look at Rocket Lab. Okay. So Rocket Lab, so as we could see, so I traded them a couple times. All right. So Rocket Lab looks very familiar to Roblox, okay? So we got a bull flag here. So we got that move to the upside. We got this, right? And then we got this right here. Okay. So with Rocket Lab, these are the all-time highs, right? As you can see, there's no other highs, right? There's no other highs. So when we zoom in right here, okay. So they had a great week last week. And then we got the daily as well, right? They bounced off of here, came up from 46 all the way to 54. All right. So I would say for RKLB, I would say if we can get above right here at 53.46, let me zoom in and make sure. Oh no. If we can get above 54.01, okay? If we can get above 54.01 on RKLB, I would say enter calls. Okay. Calls. Above 54.01. All right. Calls above 54.01 on RKLB. All right. I really like their setup. I definitely think that tomorrow they could blast off. Like, seriously, I think that tomorrow they could blast off. Weeble. Let's go look at Weeble. Bull. Here we go. All right. So Weeble. All right. So on a weekly time frame, we need Weeble to break above this 13.95 level right here. But it closed at 13.35 on a daily. On a weekly, we got a 2 up. So, but these EMAs, they just crossed over on a weekly, right? You see this right here? The 21 just crossed over the 9 right there. So that's going to kind of try to keep it down some. But once we get above right here, this $14, $13.95 level, then we're gonna be able to have a nice run, and we can come back to that 15.61. So on a weekly, it shows that we're in a downtrend. So we need to get back above this $14 level, and once we could reclaim that, then we could make some room. I mean, we could make some moves, and we could come back to the upside and retrace back up to the $15 level, right? On the monthly right now, they're on a failed 2 down, which is good. So it just really depends on how they finished the month. But let me see. Okay, so yeah, so right now they're on a failed 2 down. They could start coming up and pushing up. So we got to see how they play out for the next the next week or so, right? They can get back above $14, then they could really be coming up. And then once they get above this $17 level off the monthly time frame, they're going to be going up to, $18.35 and then $19. And then once they get above $20, Webull, they are going to go absolutely ballistic. You see all this right here? Once Webull gets above $20, it's lights out. They're going to make millionaires, like legit. All right. Palantir, and it's the last one. Let's go to Palantir real quick. I think I'm going to swing Palantir this week as well. I think I definitely think they're going to make a nice move this week. All right, let's pull them up. Palantir right here, okay. If we go to the daily, all right, let's look at the daily real quick. All right, so check this out. On the daily time frame for Palantir, right here, they get above, Palantir gets above 172.48, calls above 172.48, and I think that they could be going up to at least 180 to potentially 185. All right, so yeah, Palantir calls above 172.48. I think that Palantir is going to have a great week this week. Right, based on what I'm seeing on those charts right there. All right. So yeah, y'all. I hope that y'all got what y'all needed on this live. We just went over a whole bunch of stuff. I gave you guys support and resistance levels on everything. All right, so you guys should be set for the week. All right, if you guys have not joined the collective, join the Prosperity Collective, come trade with us. Book a one-on-one. Right, let's create your trading plan so you can maximize your profits and make more money. If you want to get a SoFi brokerage account, click the link below in my description. You'll get $25 free stock, and also you'll get an increased rating on your APY if you get a high yield bank account with SoFi as well. All right. Jonathan, he said, I love your energy. Don't change. I appreciate that, man. Others are like, I'm always right, and you stupid if you don't see it. Humble people are approachable, and I'm going to have a lot easier time watching. No, for sure. Yeah, it's not, yeah, man, like, it's not about me being right, It's just about what we see. Like, we all are on a journey, on a journey, a trading journey, financial journey, spiritual journey, and all of that stuff. And so it's just like, like, it ain't about that. Like, at the end of the day, I just want people to be able to benefit, and win and make this money. So, yeah, welcome, right? Welcome to the channel. And, consider joining the Prosperity Collective as well. We make bread every day, and it ain't about the ego. It ain't about the ego. It ain't about I'm right, you wrong. It's about we all coming together, and we all are on a mission to get rich. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Best B said, yeah, bro, you're the only one on the game giving. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Seriously. For sure, do something. All right. So, listen, y'all. You guys have a great week. Y'all have a great week trading. All right. Manage your risk. Don't do nothing crazy. Don't do nothing stupid. All right. Control your emotions and be patient. All right. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. It's okay to say you was wrong. If you in a trade and you know you wrong, get out. All right, don't be waiting for it. Don't wait for the trade to go lower just to be wrong and lose more money. All right, you got an opportunity to make a lot of money this week. All right, I'm telling y'all right now. Okay, so yeah, I hope to see everybody in the Prosperity Collective tomorrow and this week, man. All right, so come join us. Come join the fun. Come join the winning team. Like I always say, make sure you get up out of your head and go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And also, y'all, I want y'all to say it with me, man. The more you study, the less you worry. All right, y'all? Hey, man, stay in books. Let's keep going. Have a great week trading. I'm going to see everybody tomorrow in the Discord and on tomorrow's video as well. All right, you guys, y'all stay smooth, and I'm gonna holla at y'all tomorrow. Peace.